Okay, guys, before we get started with today's show, let me give you a brief overview what PathMonk is all about before we jumping into the show. PathMonk is the AI for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, more than 98% of our website visitors do not actually convert and leave the page. Right, so your ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition. So PathMonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where people are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences, such as case studies, introductional videos, and much more. So guys, stay relevant for your visitors and increase conversions on your website by 50% without even to have to change the website. It's simple. Add PathMonk to your page in seconds, let the AI do all the work, and get access to 50% more leads from the same website traffic without having to do any extra marketing or sales. Check it out on pathmonk.com. In today's episode of the PathMonk Presents podcast, I got a very interesting guest here with me today. I'm with Ashley Rodriguez, and she hails over from the folks over at SEMGeeks. She's an expert in SEO and data-driven content marketer as well, and of course, conversion rate optimization. So actually right up the alley of what marketers are talking about on the PathMonk Presents podcast. So very curious to talk a little bit about this NY Digital Marketing Agency. But Ashley, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, actually, give people maybe a little bit of an overview, right? People that haven't heard about SEMGeeks and maybe stumble across you guys, you give them, results, you boost their ROI, but maybe tell us a little bit about SEMGeeks. What are you guys all about in your own words?
Well, we're a full digital marketing agency, but we like to say that we're a strategy-based partner with our businesses. We like to, instead of just selling them a service, we like to see what their business goals are, where they're lacking, and where we can be help to them, where their target market is, and then to increase their ROI. Instead of just selling them a service, we can guide them and help them.
That makes a whole lot of sense. Now, what would you say? What types of businesses do you guys work with? Like, who would be sort of, like a sweet spot customer you would say that, benefits most from working with you guys?
Well, we work from anywhere from small and mom and pop shops to like multi-billionaire companies. But we specialize in the higher education industry a lot because they don't have the bandwidth to do their marketing. And then we work with other industries like tech and finance, anywhere from hospitality, casinos, restaurant franchises. And then, but that's pretty much it. We kind of work with everybody, but our sweet spot is probably higher education.
Okay, so cool. So higher education is where it's at for you guys. And now, if we talk about customers in the higher education space, like what would you say? How do they learn about SEMGeeks? We had a little bit of a chat, right? Very often it's referral for agencies. What else? What other channels do you guys explore?
Well, we like to practice what we preach, so we're definitely on all our social medias and platforms, and then definitely LinkedIn. We get a lot of leads through LinkedIn where people reach out to us. Mm-hmm. And then like a referral based, and definitely our website. We run a few PPC retargeting markets too.
Gotcha. Makes sense. I mean, being SEM, being the sweet spot for you guys, that makes a whole lot of sense. Now, actually, talking about that then, driving people towards SEM geeks, like what role would you say does the website play in their journey?
A big role. That explains what we do. That tells us everyone more about us. And so we definitely try to guide them through there. They can explore the different services we have and then start a conversation where we can try to see what the overall strategy is.
That makes sense. I mean, what I like to ask marketers a lot is, specifically if we're talking about the website a little bit, it's like kind of sort of the major strength versus, where there's even room for improvement, because most marketers we meet, they're always kind of, working on the website. So sometimes more, sometimes less. What would you say? What is sort of a major strength of the page versus where do you see room for improvement?
Definitely major strength is I think that you can contact us easily. Like we have good CTAs, but we are currently working on a redesign, of course. As the industry is changing with AI and we're changing more to be more consulting practice and strategy based. So we're going to kind of change our wording on that and kind of show people the whole marketing funnel is kind of really important now with everything that's changing in the world.
That makes sense. I mean, you mentioned AI there. Do you see your customers asking and longing for more and more AI supported services already? Is that what you see in the market?
Yes, they definitely ask us how we're using AI. They definitely bring up like, why should we hire you versus, some AI program to do things like that.
That makes
And
sense.
definitely content is great. You can get great ideas from AI, but you really need that personal relationship and that touch and that human touch because sometimes AI is inaccurate and you need to double check it.
That is true. Okay, very cool. And do you see agencies sort of, because of course with Pathman come from an AI background, what do you see agencies? Do you say agencies bringing more and more AI services on board to help their customers to succeed?
I think so. I mean, that is where the world is going. That we have SGE coming out with Google and all the different kind of search engines that they're going to be changing things. So I think anything that can help a client AI based wise, whether if it's a chat base or anything that can be on their website that helps convert the customer is definitely a plus.
Got you. Very interesting. I'd like to switch gears a little bit, right, and talk a little bit about sort of your sort of the types of tasks and things you work on. How would you sort of describe like a typical day of yours? What would be sort of the type of work streams that you would be involved with?
It can change definitely day to day depending on a client's needs. If someone has something that they need urgent, but most of all, like I do a lot of strategy based, a lot of data research, kind of the keyword, the trends, then basically kind of look through someone's website, see where there's conversion opportunities, what's missing. Um, Definitely kind of just look over their whole marketing budget and kind of just see where they are and how we can be assistants and come up with a bigger strategy.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Okay. Now, could you tell me, like, because there is so much content out there for marketers these days, right? You could basically turn on the web and they keep on learning. Like, where do you personally find high quality information for yourself? Like, how do you keep educating yourself as a marketer?
Well, definitely I follow Google because they're always changing their algorithms and I need to know about that first and foremost. I love the Search Engine Journal and the Marketing Millennials. And then just I try to go into random new podcasts and then basically not just about marketing stuff, but industry specific.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to know what's going on in the world, what's going on in that industry, and the customer behavior to help my clients.
Gotcha. Makes a lot of sense. Cool. Since we're slowly but surely coming to sort of an end of the interview already, our listeners love like these short and crisp episodes. I want to jump into our rapid fire questions. Are you ready for those?
All right.
Very good. What is the last book that you read?
Actually, it was a personal book because I tend to read a lot of business. And so I've tried to make it a habit to read a personal book once a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a Colleen Hoover book, It Ends With Us.
Ends With Us. Very cool. What's one single thing that your company is focused on the most at the moment?
I think overall, just trying to build those customer relationships better, trying to see how we can help a client through their whole marketing funnel and
Mm-hmm.
not just one service.
That makes a lot of sense. If there would be no boundaries in technology, right, you would have like a magic wand. What would be the one thing that you would want to have fixed for your role as a marketer today? You could change anything. What would be the one thing you would do?
Um, probably, I would say like personal customer data, like right away, customer behavior right away, getting that close and knowing like the trends before like having to catch up on what's going on.
Makes sense. And if there would be one repetitive task that you could sort of automate, what would be the one that you would happily give away?
Reading my emails, someone else that could read them for me and just give me a brief summary.
Pretty cool. Now, as the last question of the rapid fire ones, I would like to sort of do a little bit of time travel with you, right? Let's go back a little bit into the days, right? You've been going through a very interesting, marketing career, different positions, right, that you were on. Now, I want to go back, sort of, let's say we go back to the days of, Sam Houston, right? So if you're heading out of formal education, you're going into the world of marketing, what would be the one advice that you would give yourself for your journey as a marketer?
Definitely A/B test every idea. Because sometimes in the beginning, you're like, that's not traditionally how SEO should be or how marketing is.
Mm-hmm.
And things change every day, daily. And so you don't know what's going to work and what's not going to work, but test it out and just try it, that idea. Like you never know where the next big idea is going to be.
Very cool. Ashley, I really appreciate, right, that you took the time with us today to be a guest on PathMonk Presents, right? I want to give you the last word. So if somebody would be forgetting all that we discussed about SEMGeeks today, what would be the one thing that they should remember?
It's most important when you're taking care of your marketing for your business is that it's overall a whole marketing strategy and marketing funnel. One channel doesn't work without the others.
Thanks a lot for being a guest on PathMonk Presents.
Thank you.